Hi, loves. Welcome in to your timeless mythos reading here at Soulfire Tarot. I am so glad and grateful that you're here. Thank you for coming on in, whether you're returning and a subscriber or if you're joining us for the first time. Welcome. Please know that you are welcome, you're wanted, you are completely safe here with me and my allies. I'm Christina, bye. I'm a doctor of Chinese medicine and an intuitive channel. So today, the archetype who is stepping forward for you is Aphrodite. And she's offering you a message that you shine naturally when you trust your heart. We're going to explore how this energy is moving through your life right now in just a moment. If this found you, you can trust that there is something in this message for you, okay? Because this is a collective reading. Please know that not every single part is going to resonate for you, most likely. So take the parts that do and leave what doesn't. That message is for someone else. When a moment really hits home for you, like the reading, you need to claim the energy in some way. It's like taking that thread of spirit, bringing it into yourself. And if you haven't yet, click on the subscribe button so future messages will tune in more directly to your frequency. With all that said, let's take a moment with a deep breath in and let's step back into the mythos together. Aphrodite is one of my very favorite goddess energies. She is a dear friend of mine. In her myth, she emerged from the sea foam. Rising on a shell, she was the embodiment of beauty, love, desire, the renewal of life. She is also a goddess connected to chaos and war, because this is the energy from which she was born. Wherever she walked, flowers would bloom where her feet stepped. Wherever she loved, hearts would awaken. Her power wasn't in force, but in magnetism. The irresistible pull that people feel towards connection, towards feeling, toward pleasure. A lot of the stories that you see about Aphrodite have a lot to do with like jealousy or with base physical passion. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but her actual deeper nature is restoration. It's about binding together whatever has been broken, softening the places within ourselves that have been hardened, returning the world to harmony through the magnetic power of love. So as the star card, the traditional meaning of the star is hope, inspiration, spiritual clarity, healing, faith in the future. The star is like the rebirth energy that comes in after the storm. The star comes after the tower falls in the major arcana. It's a reminder that beauty and hope rise. I don't think this is the right deck. I thought it was. We're going to try our light seers. So the star is a reminder that beauty and hope rise naturally when the heart begins to open again. So this energy and message from Aphrodite today is an invitation to trust your work, to let yourself be seen, return and restore yourself to your own radiance. She wants us all to understand that love, which can be self-love, it can be cosmic love, it can be embodied love. Love is not fragile. It is regenerative. It is love that enables us to keep going, to be reborn after the worst experiences in life happen. So this is a blessing that comes to us when we lay down our fear, when we allow the light to reach us again. So you shine naturally when you trust your heart. There's no effort. Really, Aphrodite, it's not about physical beauty. It's the magnetism of our inner shine, our inner glow that we can trust. And that happens naturally when we connect in to our heart. Going to pull just an underlying energy. Interesting. So this is the energy of deal. This has to do with a feeling of soul or spirit contracts of some kind in this lifetime that we're working with now. So there's that energy there as we look at this idea of shining, of healing and regeneration. There's an idea in Taoist thought that when we look at having experienced a lot of difficulty in our life, that it's a type of soul contract that we've undergone in order to have a curriculum for our soul. If we think about the lessons that teach us the most in life, it's not the things that came most easily. It's the things that sometimes knocked us right off our feet, down on our knees, or flat on the ground, prostrate. It is this that teaches us about our resilience, that teaches us how to regenerate, restore, renew ourselves in the most challenging of circumstances. So our clarifying energy today, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles upright, Six of Pentacles upright, and the High Priestess. So we're seeing here Queen of Swords in reverse is feeling of almost like a little bit the distorted thinking that can come in after we have traumatic experiences and events, where we can start to see things as more threatening than they might naturally be. We can start to see situations as less promising as they might actually potentially be. We tend to have a little more suspicion. Our innocence is gone. When you're innocent, when you're not aware that sometimes people do absolutely horrible things to others, when you're not aware of that, there's a sort of naive, innocent trust that you have in the world and the universe. Once the tower has fallen, once our world has just absolutely crumbled beneath us, even when we're in the star, even when we're rebuilding and regenerating, it can be very difficult to actually see with clarity our Two of Pentacles here, this notion that the options and choices for abundance in front of me can be trusted, that it's safe for me to move forward, that it is actually truly safe for me to make choices to build anew, to build again. And I'm really curious as we're looking at that energy. I'm going to pull a card from our Moonology desk because I'm curious what you might not be seeing in this situation before we move forward to these incoming energies. What might you not be seeing? What is hidden in this circumstance? And talking less and feeling more. So as we look at this idea of maybe this lack of mental clarity, lack of faith or belief, allow yourself to be out of the realm of expression so much, of bringing my thoughts into the world, and feel your way into situations. You can trust our heart is actually the ruler of our kingdom. Our heart is where final decisions are made. Alan Watts had a great way of talking about this, where he would say that you've actually made your decision very early. You made it with your heart. But it takes a certain amount of time for you to allow yourself to acknowledge that. You're going to fuss around with your brain for a while, pretending that there's a certain amount of data that you can just gather that'll make that decision acceptable. But if you learn to listen to your heart early, then it all just becomes so much easier because the decision is already made very quickly. So here's this idea of talk less, feel more. As we come into this Two of Pentacles energy, making choices. When we're rebuilding, we have to make choices. We have to make tons of choices. Do I go for this or that? Do I trust this person or not? Or if it's not binary, I think of trust as almost like a bullseye, like my social relationships, my work relationships. You have different degrees of trust with each person. It's not a binary on or off. And so the people in my very innermost circle, that's a very small number, I trust implicitly. with anything. They could make medical decisions for me, like that level of trust. And then there's a circle outward. Will I trust that they're good, decent people? We might be misaligned on how we prioritize our values in some way, but I trust their goodness. And then a little further out, I'll trust them situationally or in certain areas, but not so much in others because our level of alignment isn't great enough. And then even further out, there are people where I can trust them to behave in certain types of ways. I'm fairly certain, but they might be a little more inconsistent. Or it might be that actually part of my trust is that I know they'll act in ways that don't align with me and my values, the way I prioritize my values. And then even further out are going to be people that are just straight up untrustworthy, that don't keep their word, that are going to make decisions that I really don't trust, or that I don't care for, or that I don't want to see in the environment of my world. And then even further out in that bullseye are people that act with malintent. And those are more rare, but many of us have experienced that, and it's so shocking. The first time you experience that, someone who actually enjoys other people's pain, it's an insult to the soul to feel that and to realize that to be true. So talking less, feeling more, allowing yourself to be in your heart space and your feelings as you navigate what relationships are and aren't for me, as I'm moving forward with the rebuilding. That's part of the deal that you made, the spirit curriculum. It's not just I'm going to go through things that break me down. It's that then I have the opportunity to build myself up. Then I have the opportunity for the abundance and the joy and the connection to the divine that comes afterward in the process that we call post-traumatic growth. Next, we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about generosity. You see here, Pentacles is the suit of the material, the physical, my physical safety, my career, my wealth, my home. And we see here this infinity loop with all of these pentacles. This is the generosity of the universe that you can trust. You can have hope. You can shine naturally and easily with this High Priestess and Six of Pentacles energy. The High Priestess is the connection to the divine mystery, the connection to the unknown, the faith in the unseen, which we feel. This isn't really an intellectual process. The Hierophant is an intellectualized process of connecting to the divine. The High Priestess is what we feel, what we know through our feeling and our connection and our embodied intuition. So we see here that you have this incredible, shining spirit inside of you. You have been through some very, very difficult experiences that have left you uncertain of what to think, uncertain about your capacity to make good choices, to feel safe, resting in the universe. And yet, coming for you, there is generosity. There is interconnectedness. There is this sense, again, you shine naturally when you listen to your heart. You don't have to guard yourself with these thoughts about what might go wrong all the time. Listen to your heart, and your spirit is going to shine forth. And that is so magnetic when you do that. People are so attracted to that. Abundance and the flow of life is attracted. That's this Aphrodite energy. It was magnetism. It was the pure beauty of the soul, of love, unrestrained. That acknowledgement, High Priestess, we are all connected. You are the other me. I am the other you. We are all connected as this meta organism, as this source universe energy. And we can share our love, loving whatever arises, especially after the dark, especially after the most difficult has happened. And I am pulling here one card from it's the wild, the wild and sacred feminine. This is the white buffalo calf woman and integrity. The white buffalo is a sacred, rare creature, a sign from the divine of good things to come. And the white buffalo calf woman is walking in integrity, speaking for her heart, speaking for her soul and the soul of her people. Remembering again that we're not just individuals. That's what we feel in this confusing matrix illusion that we're living in as individuated humans. And yet we are so much more. Our hearts are yearning for connection for all of us. Our pains are interconnected. And you had a spirit deal of some kind. That was a great sacrifice that you made to be incarnated in this life and to choose to allow a certain amount of hardship that you would experience so that you could become a person who would carry this divine hope for others, who would shine so naturally this light of your heart on others to ease their path, to bring hope to them. Because if you have walked through the worst and you have survived it and you have come out as the beautiful, magical, generous, kind soul that you are, then there's hope for them too. I so hope this has been helpful for you, loves. If part of this landed for you, please like the reading. Go ahead and subscribe so you'll know about the next one that comes in. I will see you in the next video. And in the meantime, be gentle with yourself, okay?